Welcome to Campus Culture. I'm Cassandra, and in this series, I'll be talking to campus students and faculty. Keep watching to learn more about a member of our vibrant virtual community. Here today, I have Alexia. Alexia, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm really excited.
Yeah, so Alexia is a campus student. Can you tell us when you started at campus and which quarter you're in?
I started in fall of 2023. I just finished my second quarter with campus and going into my third.
Can you start today by just telling us a little bit about you? So where are you from?
I am from Hayward, California, so the Bay Area part of Northern California. I joined campus right after I graduated high school, so 2023 is when I graduated, and then in the fall, I joined campus. Outside of campus, I am a tutor at middle schools. I also am a public speaker as well as an art teacher and currently working on a few other things as well, such as my own social media management business. So, a lot of exciting things going on.
You have so much going on in your life as a student and outside of it. I'm particularly interested in the public speaker component. Can you tell me about that?
So I've been public speaking since my junior year of high school. I did this at my high school. I've done it at middle schools, and I've also done it at colleges, just a couple. Just been really exciting. I primarily talk about mental health because when the pandemic hit, I went through a very bad era of depression, and I was really struggling. And it even now. I took a lot of time to find a way out of that dark place, and I wanted to share that with others. So, another passion of mine is actually life coaching. It's something that, even though I'm not focused on right now, I would like to get to at some point in my career. I want to see people go after their dreams and come out of these dark places because I understand how hard it can be, and I want to be there to inspire and to help others out. So that's also why I continue to do public speaking, even in academics. I will speak on that as well.
What an amazing goal. So how does a business degree in our business program here at campus, how does that fit into your goals?
I love business. I actually completely departed from a medical career pathway to get into entrepreneurship and business. I love the entrepreneurship side of business, going after your passions and constructing it into something that can bring you abundance financially and also abundance in a purpose, doing something that helps others out. I remember when I was in high school, the concept of starting a business and just understanding business was so foreign to me. It felt very intimidating. But as I understand, how these structures work and how a lot of our world is ran and businesses are components and they're key to everything, I feel a lot more ambitious and a lot more willing to try new things. And I feel a lot more empowered too, as well, going into it as a female and as someone who is young. So I love business as just a whole.
I want to know a little bit more about you as we're learning about some of our students in this series. So I'm curious to know, what is something that people would be surprised to learn about you?
The life coaching, I know that has thrown people off a bit, where it's like, what, you're just 18 and you want to go after this? What do you think you can do? People are sometimes surprised that I'm an educator and that I work in education with kids. I've worked with elementary all the way to actual high schoolers, and in all different forms, from art teaching, which I have done since I was 15. Um, and then in public speaking, I've worked with the middle schoolers, I've worked with the high schoolers, and people ask me, why education? Why do you go into education? Because Education, I feel at a point is it's evolving right now. A lot of things are changing in education. There's a lot of some people feel certain things are controversial. Some people have different opinions about their child's education and what they're learning. So I feel going into this space, my intention is to be there to support the kid and to make them feel kid, child, teenager, whatever it is, to make sure that they feel important and that education is not just something where you need to succeed to a specific standard, but it's here to support you. And I usually go in trying to reframe how we see education. And I think that perspective also throws some people off because me including, was raised with do well in school. So you can go to a 4-year college. So you can be this and that. If you're good in school, you'll be good in life. And it doesn't really translate over, is something I found out. And actually, going with that mindset, it was a contributing factor into my depression because I constantly felt like I was never good enough in the system. So by flipping that perspective of you are not here to work to make the system happy, to make your teachers happy, to get all A's. That's great. It's a great goal, but make sure that your education is also serving you and you are going after something that's going to help you in your ambitions and in your passions. So that's something that I try to help out and empower other students with.
I'm so interested to know how that relates to campus. So it seems like you're really working to reframe your students' idea of education. How does campus fit into your view of education?
Campus is it is online learning, and with that online learning comes a lot of responsibility because it's very easy to shut the laptop and not really you can forget that school exists. But even though it requires a lot of personal responsibility, it can be very empowering, and campus gives you the ability to learn at a time that works for you, to do your work and do it when you can. And it lets you pursue things outside of your life. And you can be working possibly full time, you can be a parent, you can be going into other passions. Like I know other students that are working on starting their own businesses as well. It's not just me. This is not like a rare thing. I've noticed this in other students here. Other students are spending more time with their family. They have the flexibility and that grace to go after and do things that they love. And school isn't like this daunting thing of like, oh, I have to do school. Like school is like first and everything. Campus has engineered school in a way where it's like we're here to help you. And if you explore more into campus, you'll notice that they give a lot of resources with the student success coach, mental health services, and the staff is so empathetic and they're very caring and understanding. So the education provided here is working with you. It's not something that is against you or something that, again, is making you prove yourself over and over. So that's kind of how campus has fit in with like my own personal philosophy and just how I take on education.
Thank you so much. Let's take a step back for a second. And can you tell us what were you doing before you came to campus and what brought you here?
Right. So, as I said, I just graduated high school. So I was originally going to a 4-year out of state university to study communications. And I was also looking a bit into business, but I was kind of unsure. So I was going to look into communications. A month before, I was intending on flying out to start my semester at this college, I could not get a student loan. So I was devastated. And I also learned that it wasn't just me that had gone through this. I know many high schoolers and many people that graduate with these dreams of going to these incredible colleges and universities, and unfortunately, the maybe FAFSA doesn't give them any support, or they don't get enough scholarships. They don't get enough support from the institution, and those plans fall through. So before campus, I was going to go to that college, and when I found out that I couldn't go because I couldn't get a student loan, I was 17 at the time, so I needed a cosigner. I could not get one on my own. Um, Very devastated, but I had no other plan going for me. So when I found campus on my Instagram feed, I was like, I have nothing to lose here. So I filled out the application and went for it.
Yeah, and when we did come across your Instagram feed, what was it that sparked your interest in campus or made you take that chance?
The professors, learning that the professors came from or taught at Ivy League schools, the UCs, or other well known universities, as well as the not so much the tuition cost, but the resources again. The resources that campus provides, the professors. I was intrigued, and because this whole time in high school we were told, okay, if you want this amazing education, you may possibly need to get into this school that is a UC or an out of state, or a school that specializes in whatever interest it is, and you're going to have to pay this huge amount of tuition cost, and you're going to have to do this, you're going to have to make this whole sacrifice and dedication. So seeing that this type of quality in education was accessible through an online learning platform was definitely something that intrigued me and kept me going through the process.
And so now that you're here, what has been your favorite part since you've arrived?
Oh my goodness, the campus community, they're so kind and they're very open people as well. It doesn't matter where they're from, how old they are. These Everyone kind of shares their own story and shares their knowledge, and everyone comes together, and I kindest people I've ever met. Kindest people. And they're also very supportive of you. If I remember, if you announce something that's going on in your life, and during class or in the chats or something, everyone's hyping you up, everyone's supportive, even the professors, the staff members. The campus community is one of the best, and it's something that I tell other people about as well. It's just, you would expect, being on an online platform, that things could be a bit mundane, or people are just trying to get the work done. But the community at campus is so engaging, and you'll never feel left out, truly. As long as you're communicating and reaching out, everyone's kind of there for you.
So I think that you answered this a little bit in talking about the community, and the community specifically within this online platform. But what do you think has surprised you the most about the campus experience?
The financial support. That's also another thing that immediately made me say yes to campus. With campus helping students, no one's taken out a loan to attend campus. Campus has helped students with the FAFSA. It has helped students get financial support. In fact, I believe I got a scholarship for a little over $2,000 to attend campus. And once I got that offer, I was like, I'm going. So it's when I was reaching out to other universities, when I was struggling to get financial support, it was a lot of redirecting of oh, hey, you gotta go here. You gotta go on this website. You gotta go ask this person. And I was like, oh. And I was doing all of that. I went through all the hoops, all the obstacles, just trying to get the support to go to other places. But seeing campus kind of invest in me and being like, hey, we'll help you here. We have payment plans. We're here to work with you so that you can get your education. It made me feel supported. It made me feel like I was actually wanted somewhere. And my success was invested in a way. Like, yeah, we're here for you and we want to see you succeed. So we'll help you, like, we'll give you the scholarship, we'll give you this payment plan option, and it's worth it because, again, when you're at campus, that community and that support given is, it's almost priceless. It's something that even local community colleges and some universities don't do. I feel I've asked friends about, their times and, what help they get and support, and campus sends you a laptop. My local community college can't give laptops to their students. So I was surprised. I was shocked. Like, I'm so fortunate and lucky to be here because elsewhere they aren't able to give this amount of support. So I feel so grateful that I found this option and I went with it.
How about beyond financial support? How about your student success coach or any other ways that you feel campus has supported you?
My student success coach, she is the sweetest. Whenever I need someone to talk to, she is there. She's like, okay, I have these times available. I can meet with you then. She always checks up on me whenever like I'm going through something. And I would also say like the professors do that as well. I definitely keep in contact with my professors like, hey, I'm like working through this, but I need help with this. Even my former professors, the ones that I've had in previous quarters, I can always reach out to and say, hey, can we meet up? Because I'm going through this in this class and I need help working on this. And I really like your perspective on writing or on how you look at this. So the professors, they want to work with you. They want to meet with you. They want to talk through things. They actually like seem to love what they're doing.
Mm.
Um, and that is something that I'm very thankful for because I feel in my previous education experience, and I feel others can relate, when we run into teachers or other even counselors or staff members. Thankfully, I've had wonderful counselors in my past. All my counselors amazing, but as a student, you can feel really anxious or feel like there's a bit of a hostile environment, like you're bothering the teacher. But at campus, it's like, no, no, we want to meet with you. Let's talk this out. Let's see what we can do about this. It's, again, very supportive community.
So you talked about all of these different things that you're doing outside of your life as a campus student, and I'd love to know, what have you accomplished or what have you been able to do during your time at campus that you probably wouldn't have been able to do at a different school?
I think one example of this is being a part of like the campus student representative area, like being able to be
Mm.
here and do this interview, being able to go on panels. I feel, especially like I'm like barely a first year, like I'm on my second quarter here. Just having these opportunities to represent my school and talk about it for sure. Like I feel I feel in other colleges, because there's so many people, you have to kind of like, I don't know, you have to somehow make your way up that ladder or in a way. But here, if you have the passion and you have the desire to go after it, there are endless opportunities for you to take and to go after that thing. Another thing I've been able to do is, look at starting my own business,
Hmm.
learning my own skills to create my own business with the basics of what I know. I feel a lot more confident going into board meetings at certain places because I understand how their business is kind of structured now and how things work. Um, I think even my friends say, and other people say, like, you talk in business language, like you you talk so differently now.
Yes, you're already
Um,
credible. You're already talking the talk.
and I'm so thankful. I feel honored to be seen that way. I'm very thankful. I've also me and my friend are like kind of starting a podcast as well, and we get to talk about our experiences and the future of the podcast and how we want to see things, because once you start monetizing and creating content, me and my friends are very much into the content creation space and social media and creating that stuff. So now with my knowledge in business, which I'm still obtaining, still learning, I can apply it to my passions, and I can go in knowing more.
And now that you're gaining all of that business knowledge, how have your goals changed or shifted?
With this knowledge, I'm given more hope. Like, I don't have to be locked into something. Because before I was very much dead set in a way of becoming a life coach. And I love life coaching, and I love not so much the business aspect of it. I love business, but the coaching itself, it takes a lot of energy, and
Yeah.
it takes a lot of energy to be there and to support people. But I feel with this knowledge, I can loosen up a bit and allow myself to explore other areas and even understand other people's businesses. I've actually just written an essay on fashion and fast fashion and how that works, and unpacking the issues within that area, and how as a business it's able to influence the consumers. So it has made me want to reach for more in a way. It has made me look for more potential goals. Um, but changing them, I wouldn't say change. I think it has made me want to go for more.
Well, I think that is an incredible place to end with. Thank you so much for chatting with me. If you are inspired by Alexia's story, maybe you have a similar story of struggling to take out a loan, or you dream of starting your own business, check out campus.edu to learn more about the program. Thanks, Alexia. Bye.